You wake up, but your brain has already been working for hours. Before your eyes open, it checks oxygen levels, adjusts blood pressure, and brings consciousness back online. Brainstem activity shifts, cortisol gently rises, and your mind transitions from sleep chemistry to wake chemistry. Memories reconnect, identity reloads, and awareness slowly forms. This moment feels simple, but inside your brain, billions of neurons synchronize to restart perception. You are not choosing to wake up. Your brain decided the timing based on light exposure, sleep cycles, and internal clocks built into your hypothalamus. As your eyes open, sensory systems activate instantly. Visual signals rush from the retina to the occipital lobe. Sounds are processed for familiarity and threat. The brain compares the present moment with stored memory to confirm safety. This is why mornings can feel calm or anxious depending on past conditioning. The brain does not start neutral. It starts predictive. It asks one question: is today safe? Your emotional tone for the day begins forming before you even stand up. As you move, your motor cortex coordinates muscle action while the cerebellum fine-tunes balance. You don't think about walking or brushing your teeth because those actions were automated long ago. Automation is one of the brain's greatest energy-saving tools. Conscious thought is expensive. The brain prefers habits. Every habit you have is a shortcut your brain built to conserve energy and reduce decision load. Once you start thinking about the day ahead, the prefrontal cortex comes online more strongly. This area handles planning, focus, and self-control. It reviews tasks, predicts outcomes, and weighs effort versus reward. This is why mornings often feel mentally clearer. Your brain's decision-making circuits are rested. But this clarity is fragile. It depends on sleep quality, stress levels, and emotional load carried from previous days. As you eat or drink, the brain monitors glucose levels and signals hunger or satiety through complex hormone feedback loops. Eating is not controlled by the stomach. It's controlled by the brain interpreting chemical signals. Dopamine releases in anticipation of food, not just consumption. That's why cravings exist. Your brain is always predicting pleasure, not responding to it. As the day progresses and responsibilities increase, your brain shifts into task mode. Attention networks activate, filtering irrelevant stimuli and sharpening focus. But focus is not continuous. It operates in cycles. Every few minutes, the brain briefly checks the environment for new information. This is not distraction. It's survival wiring. Modern environments overload this system, making it feel like attention is broken when it's actually overwhelmed. Stress enters when perceived demands exceed perceived resources. The brain does not measure reality, it measures interpretation. When stress activates, the amygdala signals potential threat. Cortisol and adrenaline increase. Blood flow prioritizes muscles and alertness over digestion and long-term thinking. This is why stress narrows perspective. The brain shifts from future planning to immediate survival. If stress continues, the prefrontal cortex loses efficiency. Decision-making weakens, emotional reactions intensify. This is not weakness, it's biology. The brain is choosing speed over accuracy. In ancestral environments, this saved lives. In modern life, it causes burnout. Throughout the day, your brain is constantly updating its internal model of the world. Every conversation, success, mistake, and social interaction subtly rewires neural connections. The brain does not wait for major events to change. It changes through repetition. What you repeatedly think, fear, or focus on becomes easier to access. This is how mental habits form. Emotional processing happens alongside everything else. The brain evaluates tone, facial expressions, and social cues automatically. Even when you believe you are being logical, emotional circuits influence interpretation. The brain evolved socially. Belonging and rejection are treated as survival signals. That's why social stress feels physically real. As mental fatigue builds, neurotransmitters deplete. Focus becomes harder. Motivation drops. This is not laziness. It is neurochemical cost. The brain is signaling that resources are being used faster than they are replenished. Pushing through fatigue is possible, but it comes with consequences. Errors increase. Emotional regulation weakens. By afternoon, many people experience a cognitive dip. Circadian rhythms influence alertness. Blood sugar fluctuations, accumulated stress, and sustained attention drain mental energy. The brain begins prioritizing familiar tasks over novel ones. Creativity drops. This is why routine feels easier later in the day. As evening approaches, the brain gradually prepares for shutdown. Melatonin begins rising. Alertness decreases. Emotional reflection increases. This is when overthinking often appears. With fewer external distractions, the brain turns inward. It reviews unresolved issues, unfinished conversations, and emotional loose ends. This is not self-sabotage. It's the brain attempting integration. If stimulation remains high through screens and stress, the brain struggles to transition. Sleep is not passive. It is an active neurological process that requires conditions of safety and predictability. When the brain does not feel safe enough to rest, it delays sleep. When sleep finally begins, the brain does not turn off. It changes mode. Sensory input reduces, but internal activity increases. Memory consolidation begins. Experiences from the day are sorted. Emotional memories are processed. Unimportant details are weakened. Important patterns are strengthened. This is how learning becomes permanent. During deep sleep, the brain clears metabolic waste through the glymphatic system. This is essential. Maintenance. Without it, cognitive decline accelerates. Sleep deprivation disrupts emotional regulation, focus, and immune function, not because of rest loss, but because the brain missed its repair window. Dreaming occurs when emotional and memory circuits activate together. Dreams are not random. They are simulations. The brain tests scenarios, processes fear, and integrates identity. This is why dreams often feel symbolic rather than literal. As the night continues, sleep cycles repeat. Each cycle serves a different function. Physical repair, emotional processing, and memory reinforcement happen in sequence. The brain is preparing you for tomorrow without your awareness. By the time morning approaches again, cortisol rises gently to trigger waking. Neural networks reset. Emotional tone stabilizes. The brain re-enters predictive mode. A full day has passed, but the process never stopped. Your brain did not just keep you alive. It interpreted reality, protected you, adapted to stress, learned from experience, and prepared for the future. Every thought, feeling, and decision was the result of silent processes happening beyond conscious control. A full day inside your brain is not dramatic on the surface, but internally it is a continuous negotiation between energy, safety, meaning, and survival. Understanding this changes how you view fatigue, emotion, focus, and rest. Your brain is not failing you. It is responding to the conditions you place it in, and tomorrow it will do it all again.